How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 5-Minute Magic, my tutorial series where I teach you magic tools, principles, and techniques in just 5 minutes or less. Today, I'm going to be walking you through the Hindu shuffle. This is a simple and classic shuffle that actually doubles as a card control and even a force. This is pretty easy to do, but like all things in magic, it might take a little bit of practice. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Let's get into it. This is what it looks like. One more time. Now, essentially, this shuffle is no different than your regular overhand shuffle. It's very simple, but it does look a little bit smoother, a little bit fancier. It looks like you kind of know what you're doing with cards, but it really is no different. It's a very basic shuffle. So what you want to do is you want to hold the deck in sort of a rotated biddle grip. So what I mean by that is your thumb and your middle and ring fingers should be the only three that are holding the deck in your dominant hand. But they want to be holding it along the long edge. Whereas in a biddle grip, usually you want to hold the deck like this on the short edges. For the Hindu shuffle, you want to hold it along the long edges, just like this. And similarly to the overhand shuffle, what you're doing is you're just basically placing piles from this deck into your other hand. But for this version, you are actually pulling the piles with your left hand like this. It doesn't really matter, if your left hand is the one that moves like this, or if your right hand is the one that moves, or a little bit of both. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're holding the deck like this in your dominant hand and you're just peeling piles, just like this. And that's basically it. Effectively, it's no different than the overhand shuffle, but you hold it sideways, it's a little bit smoother, a little bit cleaner, and that's a basic Hindu shuffle. So once you have the basic Hindu shuffle down, there are a couple little moves that you can do with it. The first is a control. So this one's actually going to be a bottom card control. So say you have, for example, the Queen of Clubs on the bottom of the deck and you want to keep it there after doing your shuffle. All you have to do is make sure that on your first pull, you are pulling a pile from the top and also a pile from the bottom. Now, the way that you do that is when you go to grab that first pile, you actually want to pretty much grab the whole pile with your left hand. Grab the whole deck and then use your thumb and middle finger here to pull from the middle of the whole deck so that you have a packet from the top and a packet from the bottom that you're actually pulling at the same time. Let those fall and then finish your shuffle like normal. And you still have your Queen of Clubs on the bottom. The other thing that you can do is that you can force a card. Once again, this will be worrying about the bottom card of the deck, the 8 of Clubs. Here's what that looks like. You ask a spectator to tell you when to stop, and while they're thinking, deliberating, whatever, while you're saying this, you start your Hindu shuffle, and when they say stop, you want to square up the cards and show them that bottom card in your right hand. Now, I will be honest with you, this is not the most convincing force out there, and you can't use it every time, but if you engage your spectator, engage your audience, and are quick enough with the shuffle, it's actually pretty effective. It's worked for me for years. I've been using it as part of one of my favorite tricks that I'm gonna do in another video later on. But, if you kind of move quickly enough and you don't draw too much attention to the fact that it's actually the bottom card and just kind of show it, like that, hold it up very quickly, it's actually very effective. Now, as with most card forces, I wouldn't use this particular force every time you're going to force a card. I would recommend switching it up, but this is a pretty basic one if you're looking to get into the world of card forces. So again, 3 of Clubs on the bottom, perfect example. You want to begin your shuffle, and whenever they say stop, you hold that card up and present it to them. And you have then forced the 3 of Clubs on your spectator. And that's it.